Hello, everybody. Welcome to our next TIS webinar. Hope all of you fine. Today, I want to discuss about the hotel software, TIS Management Hotel Software. Can you hear me, all of you? Is everything okay? Can you hear me? Okay, it's good. Okay, it's very good. Okay, as you know, let me share with you. Okay, can you see my desktop? Can you see my desktop? Okay, it's very good. Okay, the first things for the hotel management system, you need the SQL server. You need to install one SQL server on your server. In the hotel, maybe you have more or one or more receptions, or maybe you have housekeeping in the each floor or in the each building. You have a different reception and housekeeping. Therefore, you install this application hotel management system on the different computer. Therefore, all of them must be read the data and send data for the one server and get data from this. Therefore, for this reason, you need the one computer that's working as a server, and you need to run Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio on this computer. Even you can use, in the hotel for the other reason, they absolutely install the hotel, the SQL server. Therefore, you can use their SQL server with your engine. You can ask the IT department of the hotel that install one engine, SQL engine for you, and you can install this engine. On this engine, you can install the TIS database. Okay, now with this application, I want to show, with this picture, I want to show you how to install the Microsoft SQL Server. This is the first thing it's asked you. This is about the SQL Server 2008 R2, but it's similar than the new version. It's no different. Okay, in this version, we can see it's asked you, do you want to install? Then you said yes. Sorry, wait some seconds. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Then it's asked you some things about you need to install the .NET framework. Of course, you need for several application of the Microsoft. You need to install the .NET framework, and after that you can download it or you can install this application. Then you press save. Okay, the first things you need to install the .NET framework. On the next step, you need to install the SQL Server. And with this picture, I can show you how you can install the SQL Server. Okay, here, when you press on the SQL Server, you can see this this page. Then you click on the here. Then you click on the installation, new instance, or add a feature on the existing installation. Therefore, if you install the SQL Server on your server, you can add the feature here. Then you press OK. Then you need to enter your product key, and after that you need to accept the regular of the SQL Server, and after that you install the SQL Server. Because the SQL Server works with the other computer and works in the network, you need to disable the Windows firewall, or you can even you can put the SQL Server in the white list. You need to ask the IT man to do that for you on the hotel, because each hotel has an IT department. Okay, and after that you need to select all. Here you need to select all. And after that you install the configuration, and so here you need to add the one device, and you need to create an account. Here you can press on the OK. Then you can select the mix mode here. If you do, then you will save some configuration in the future. You can add the user, and you can see the user, and after that you press the next, and then you press on the install. After that, installing the database SQL Server is finished. Again, I said you need to ask the hotel IT department to install the SQL Server for you, because they already have the SQL Server and they can install one engine for your application. Then from the run, you can connect to the SQL Server Management Studio, and you can see the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, after you open the Microsoft SQL Server Management, you can see this option, and you can connect to the engine with the Windows authentication, because you add the Windows user to the application, to the Management Studio. And here I press on the connect. Then you can connect to your engine. Okay, here I'm connecting to my engine. Okay, the very important things is here, because all of this installing the SQL Server is related to the IT department, and here you need to restore the TIS database on the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, here on the database, right click here, and then press on the restore database. Okay, you can see this page is open. You need to uh, here you need to choose your database. We have one TIS database backup, and it's related to our application. You choose the database from here, and also when you download the application TIS Hotel Management from the tiscontrol.com, you can see it's contained in one database. Therefore, you need to uh, choose your file here, and here you can put one name for your database. You need to put one name for your database. For example, TIS hotel or everything that you want. You need to put one name. Okay, here. Okay, let me choose my database that you can see all of the steps here. Okay, here I'm choose my database. This is my database. I choose my database here, and also you can change the name of your database. Then you need to press on the OK. Okay, the database TIS restored successfully. Okay, that's it. Then you can see the TIS database here. And also, when you change some things on your application on your database, you can get backup from your database. Okay. The next things that you need to do, you need to create one accounts for this database. Therefore, you press on the security here. Then you press on the logins, and here you have one name named SA. Then you right click on this name, and then you click on the properties. And here you can set one password for this name. For SA, I'm set one password. And then it's finished. Very easy. It's finished. Remember, in each steps, you need to progress complete without any bugs. Now I want to check my login name. Therefore, here I'm press on my engine disconnect. Now again, I want to connect. Now I need to log in with SQL Server authentication. Then here I put my name SA, and here I put my password. Okay. Okay, now you can see I'm connecting to my database successfully. It means that my name is and password is okay, and TIS here already here. Okay, database is finished, and you restore the database successfully. Okay, what's the next step? when you run the database on your computer, you faced one error, name login failed for user SA. Then you press on the OK, and this Windows is pop-up. This Windows is pop-up. Can you see the Windows? Yes, this Windows, it's named Connect to Server. Okay, here you need to insert your database, Microsoft SQL Server information. Here I put the server name. This is the IP address of my server that I installed my SQL Server on it. And if you use your local Microsoft SQL, you can put dot here. Dot means this PC. If you are already wants to install the if you want, if you're the PC is the server and the application you need to run it is the same PC, you can put the dot here, but here I need to put my server IP address. Okay, this is my database name that I'm restored. As you remember, my database name is TIS. And as you remember, my login name is SA, and this is my password. Then I press on the connect. After it's connected to the Microsoft SQL Server successfully, you can see this box, this Windows, this page. Okay, it means that the application can connect to the SQL Server successfully. If you see again the old window, it means that you have a problem on the IP address or from the username or password or database name. It means that your computer cannot connect to the server. It has many reasons that you cannot connect to the server, such as antivirus, such as firewall, many things on the network. And I recommend you to ask the one IT man to check the settings and solve your problem, because it has many reasons, I said, such as firewall, antivirus, everything. Okay, here you need to put the subnet ID and device ID of your application. By default, the subnet ID, the username and password. The username is user and the password is TIS777 and then login. Okay, here this is the TIS Hotel Management Services. Okay, it's very easy. The first thing, the first tab is the service. If one room asks you to clean the room or send you a message, you can see the message here and you can put the comments, operator results, and everything. You can see all of your logs here, and even also you can search your logs here. We have a two model message. Some of them is the emergency message and some of them is the service message. It depends on your programming. You can see the alarm message or services message here. Okay, then you need to go to the configuration. Here, this is the configuration. You can set the subnet ID and device ID for this application. Maybe you ask me why you need to put subnet ID and device ID for the application. Because from the hotel room, the guest wants to send the message to the receptions. For example, maybe all the room on the floor number 1 needs to send a message to, for example, to reception number 1. Therefore, you program on the floor number 1. If everyone sends any message from the room, it's automatically sent to the computer of reception one, or for example, sent to the housekeeping that they are on the first floor. But if someone needs a clean room and the room is under room number 2, it's automatically sent message to the housekeeping of the floor number 2. Therefore, you need to put subnet ID and device ID for your application. Here you can change the alarm ring path. You can change it. And here, as you can see, you can change the skin. We have some skins here. It depends on you. You can change your skins. Okay. The important things is that you need to create some templates for your room. As you know, each hotel at least has a 4 or 5 templates, and all of the room, they are similar to each other. They are tipped with each other. For example, if they have a double room, the design of the room, for example, they are same. For example, on this designing, we have two lights next to the bed, one light here, and so. Okay, and here we have one WC. Actually, here we have some page images here. It depends on you, and also you can add or remove some page here. If you want to change this picture, you need to go to the hotel software location. Here, as you know, the application is installed on the program file hotel software here. And here on the, sorry, you can add some rings here. You can add some skins here. It depends on you. Even you can create your own skins. And here on the room template, you can add more picture of the hotel's room. It depends on you. For example, you can take a photo from the rooms of the hotel and you can paste the picture here. Then you can see the rooms template picture there. If you have any question till here, please ask me. If you don't have, let me continue. Any question? No question? No question? Okay, let me continue. For example, the first template is double room. I put one comment for my room, double room. And then I need to add some device to these rooms. For example, I need to add one, for example, a spotlight like this one. I choose the logo, then I write, for example, this is the spotlight. Can you see my desktop or not? Okay. Can you see my desktop? Okay. This is the spotlight, for example. Okay, this is the spotlight. Then I press the save. I don't know when I share the application, it doesn't work. I don't know why. Okay, and I put, for example, the lights here. I can change the location of the lights. Then I need to add for example, I need to add another device, for example, one AC. Sorry, I need to, I don't know why, but when I share the application with you, share my screen, I cannot change anything on the application. Let me add some device, then I will tell you. Okay, I add one AC, for example, this is the AC. And actually I add another, for example, light name, for example, the LED. And I put the LED here, for example, this is on the ceiling. And I want to add another device, for example, one floor heating. Okay. And I add another device, one panel. And I need to add another device, occupation. And another device, for example, master. Okay. Now I'm sharing the screen and I'm telling you all of the things. Okay. Here I'm add some device. I add two lights in this room. One of them is here and one of them is here. You know, as I said, all of the rooms look like each other. The tips of the hotel room is same. Therefore, I add two lights. I add one AC because here we have one AC. I add one floor heating. Imagine that we have a floor heating. Panels means we install one Luna bedside on this hotel, on this room. And occupation means if you need the reception know if someone in the room or not. When you put the card in the card holder, the occupation is turned on, and it means that someone in the rooms, and then you don't send any, for example, such as housekeeping to this room because someone in the room. And the master, you have one button that you can turn on and turn off all the lights and air condition of the room. For example, you can see if someone, for example, they had two cards and puts one card in the card holder and leave the hotel for example, 5 hours, you can turn off all the things from their reception. Okay, that's it. I modified this template. I add this template. Okay. Now I have one double room. Imagine that we have only this type of the room. Then you can add more template. You can add 3 or 5, everything that you want. You can add some templates here. Okay, then and the address here, I'm add my hotel here. For example, here my hotel name is Hilton Hotel. Again, same problem. When I share the screen, I can write anything on the application. I don't know why. Okay, here, for example, I'm at, I said here, I Hilton Hotel on the floor number 1. I have the room 101, and the template of this room is double room. Again, another rooms, for example, here I have another rooms on the floor number 1. The room number is 102, and again, the template is double room. You can add all of you needs, of course, not you can, you need to add all of your rooms here. For example, on the floor 2, room number 201, double room again, add. Again, add. And you can see I'm add 4 rooms here. And also, for example, if you have, for example, another building, you can add another building here. Let me add, for example, building, for example, Hilton 2. For example, floor 5, room number 501. And again, the template is double room. You need to add all of your rooms here. Okay? Any question, please ask. If you don't have any question, let me continue. Okay, a very good question. How to know a room is D&D or one servicing? I will tell you. Wait, I will tell you. Now we are create our hotel, and after that I will tell you. It's what about the bathroom? Have another frame? It depends on your room. If your room has a bathroom, then you can create one template that contains the bathroom. But as a matter of fact, on the hotel, we don't put the light of the bathroom on the smart home system, but it depends on you. As you remember, I have one template that contains a bathroom. Okay, let's continue. Okay, and here we need to enter the address of each light of each room. For example, it's belonging to the room number 1, the spotlight. I put the subnet ID and device ID of my lights here. Okay, let me insert some information here. 1, subnet ID 51, the device ID and channel number. For example, 11, the AC is 111, the subnet ID and device ID of my panel. Okay. When you enter this address of your device here, as you can see, the status is changed to the green. For example, here I put the subnet ID and device ID of my relay here. Then because this relay is exists here, now the status is changed to the green. Okay, now I want to tell you a question. One of our friends asked us how the reception know which room asked for the services. Here we put the subnet ID and device ID of our panel. And also here we have another information about the panel. Remember, each commands that come from this address, this application node, it's related to the room number 101. Do you understand? Mr. Kwanli, you asked me a question. How to know the room is DND or wants servicing? It depends on the address of this panel. If this panel sends commands to the reception, and here we have one pop up the message. It says room 101 needs services. Based on this address, the application knows which room needs the services or another things. Do you understand, Mr. Kwanli? Okay. Then you need to insert all of your information on all of your rooms here. You need to insert all of your information. And of course, if you put the wrong subnet ID and device ID of your device here, the status don't change the green, and it means that you have a problem. Okay, the next one is the messages. You need to add your messages here. It depends on you. For example, message ID number 1. Again, I need to stop sharing. Message ID number 1, for example, please make up my room. Here you need to insert your message ID and the comments, please make up my room, and this is the services messages or alarm messages. It depends on you. You add all of your messages here. For example, please don't disturb. I need for example, I need laundry, or I need everything that you want. You need to insert your message here. For example, here I'm add 4 messages. For example, message number 2 is emergency, and it's for alarm message. Message number 3 is please cup of coffee. And this is the services messages, and message number 4 is please the end, please don't disturb. Okay. Here I'm at 4 messages here. And everything is okay. If you have any question, please ask. Okay, no question. And on the user, you can change your username and password, and also you can create new username and password. Okay, I will tell you. Very good question. How does the guest active these messages? I will tell you. And here on the logs, you can see all the logs here. For example, if I'm search here, you can see someone is logging, again, exist, login. For example, I'm change some things at the floor number 5. I'm at the message, you can see all of the logs here. You can see all of the things here. Okay, then on the control, you can control your room. On the control, you can choose your building, then you can choose your floor, and then you can choose your room. And here you can turn on and turn off your lights. You can turn on and turn off your AC, floor heating. And as you see now, is someone in the hotel because the occupation is on. And if I remove the card, the occupation is changed to the off. Okay. And with this button, you can turn on and turn off all the light. As you know, all of the consumption on the rooms, such as lights, such as TV, everything is, they are supplied from the one relay channel. Therefore, if you press on the master, this relay is turned off, and then all the things in the room is turned off. This is for this reason. And everything that you do here, you can see the logs here. For example, if I turn on the AC, you can see AC is on. Everything you can see here, what did you do? And this is the refresh or back. Here we have two buildings, Hilton 1, Hilton 2, two floor, and in each floor we have two room. Or in the Hilton number 2, we have only floor number 5, and on this floor we have only one room. That's it, it's finished. And then if someone sends any messages to the uh, from the if guest sends any messages, you can see here messages on the alarm or on the services. Now I want to tell you how someone guest can send them messages. Okay. Okay. Can you see my dev search here? For example, on the imagine that we have a Luna TFT on the room. For example, here I want this button. For example, I want to send message number 4. It's very easy. Subnet ID and device ID of your application, universal switch, message number 4, parameter 2 is on. That's it. And when you press on this button, the message is pop up on the application. It's very easy. That's it. Finished. Okay. As you can see here, we have some messages. Let me share with you the hotel application here. Here I sent some messages. Here we have on the hotel alarm DND, room number 1 again. All of them is related to the room number 1. And you can see the messages here. And if you double click on the messages, you can see what happened for the status for it and put one comment. For example, for the laundry, you can say, I sent, for example, Miss Smith to this room for clean the room. You understand? If you have any question, please ask me. For example, here, please make up my room. I can send. Here I put on the comments on the message and status is processing, and then I press on the OK. And I want to tell you another things. Let me share with you. No, sorry, this application. You can see when you processed one things, you can see the status is changed to the green. And if you suspend, it's changed to the blue. Even with if you look at this page, you can see the what happened to the status of the what happened to the request of your guest. If you don't add any panel on the room, therefore, how the application know about which room sends the messages? You need, and of course, how the guest can send the messages. Each room, of course, needs one panel. Okay, any question? If you have any question, please ask me. If you have any question, please ask me. Okay, very good question. Uh, can we back up or restore the hotel setting for using when the PC failed? Yes, of course. On the server, I want to tell you one thing. All of your settings that you do here, they are saving on the server, on the SQL server. Therefore, if the one PC has a problem, then if you install again the hotel management system and you connect to the old database, everything is okay. But you can get backup from the database that you have in the SQL server. The SQL server has a one option, backup from the database. One of our friends asked me, can we program something if the hotel is empty for a long time, then the AC is turned on? Yes, it's not related to this application, but you can program on the sensor or on the automation tamper. If the room is empty for a long time, then turn on the air condition for avoid to get bad smells in the room. But actually, with this application, you can turn on the AC on the room too. Okay, next question. Uh, uh, mm, Mr. Waldoda, I don't understand. Conforming after room was closed, I don't understand. Can you explain the access level clearly? You don't need any access level. If you do anything on this application, you can see on the logs. Therefore, if one of your co-worker or employee do a bad things on this application, you can see the logs, because here we have, as I said, here we have the logs, and when you search, you can see all the logs, what's changed on this hotel and what happened on this hotel. Which server hardware required for SQL and TS application? We don't need any power server, a very, very simple server. For example, at least the RAM 4, and you don't need any more powerful server. Of course, all of the hotels has a one server and they are installed the SQL server on it. Yes, this server is the different with the last week's software. The last week's software is about the hotel log, and this application is related to the hotel management system. They are different applications. Okay, one of our friends asked me, let me share with you the application, asked me about these things. The master belongs to Hilton, one is closed. It's related to this control. If I change everything on this room, you can see the logs here. For example, here, if I'm on the room number 101, let me, okay, here. If I'm turning on the AC, you can see here the logs here. Now I'm turning off the AC. And if I'm turning it on, again, you can see the logs here. It depends on what do your activity on the room. You can see the logs here. You don't need to integration between this application and the last week application. They are not related to each other. The last week application is related for the door and define a card and open the door and so on. And this application is for controlling and for management your room. Any other question? Any other application? Any other questions? Sorry. Okay, hope this session is good for you. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.